Yo, yo, yo. We are back once again. Hope everybody is doing well tonight. Let's have a fun one. Not feeling too bad. Just had some dinner. Let's get to building. I think it's time. These were fun to make last stream, but it's time to get really building and testing stuff, I think, tonight. By the way, does this game not look freaking incredible with the rain? Like, even the textures on the blocks feel like they change. You can see the rain effect. So good. So good. Once again, quite impressed by this game over. Got to upload the thumbnail. Silly timber. Not that I have anything crazy for a thumbnail currently, but you know. So is life. Alright, that looks better. Now we're getting it. Whoa. Alright, so I don't think I need anything over here. Have everything at the other base. I'll also try to mess around with some story or some quests or something as well. Kind of just randomly did a couple round routes last night, right at the end. What's up, Grim? Am I adapting to Enshrouded? I'm doing well. Not too bad of a day. Very busy, but not too bad. And how am I adapting? We're getting there. It's definitely different. I don't know how else to describe it. But I am slowly getting more and more comfortable with it, just playing. I'm definitely excited to like actually build stuff, so I think we got to get rolling, you know? I can sit and stare at this for ages, and it's not going to make it any easier to build, you know? I'm just moving the stuff out of the way so I can actually start. I need another flame altar to be able to build in the area I want to build. I think that's part of what's got me in the beginning was like the whole flame altar thing makes it feel so final. Like I know you can kind of adjust things, but you're a little set in stone once you like place your altar. What does the clip feature do? It's just next to the share button. I'm assuming that would be the like make a clip. They need a view like this. Wow. This would be really nice to be able to do this for like... I should could make a decent screenshot with this. I saw someone say that this happens when you use the flame altar. I'm like, this is such a great view, not for like fighting or anything, but that's a great perspective. Like once I start building some stuff, I can actually get some screenshots without using the really annoying. I don't really like the. I think it's the Builder's Companion mod, is what it's called. The clip feature? New? I feel like that's been a thing forever. Oh, is it on YouTube? Oh, you're on YouTube. That's what it is. I was thinking Silly me. On YouTube. I haven't watched a live stream on YouTube in a couple weeks. So, yeah. That might be why. Share. No, I think the clip has been a thing for a while. You've always been able to clip. I'm pretty sure it's been there in that the 3 dot thing or whatever. Pretty sure that's been there for a while. I didn't try to center that at all. So you might just be like a hair blind. Wait. Oh. My HUD back on. That's why that wasn't showing the way I wanted it to. Because once I get this one placed, then I think I need to move these 2 that are under here. I'm not 100% sure. But I might need to move them slightly, like, each way. I may just need 4 or 5 to build in this whole thing, unfortunately. It's just so big. Would be a nice feature as well to have, like, if you select your a specific flame altar, then it just shows you exactly what the current barrier is. Like, you can see that yellow line, but it's really hard to see in most places. And I want to know, like, what this one is versus that one so I can, like, perfectly place them. Okay, so the idea here is that we sort of center this. So since we have full flexibility here, this is going to get built up and be a cool, like, actually I am blind or have poor vision. I mean, my distance vision is bad, so I can see close though. Yeah, so this is going to be like a dwarven, I can't think of a better name for it. I don't know what the full aesthetic is. Not necessarily going to be like dwarf statues or anything, but it will be a cool mountain entrance. And then this is where all my crafting and storage is going to go inside the mountain. And then we're just going to build cool stuff out here. And like each villager will get their own house. This will be a massive city, a big castle that's like exploding out of the ground. Probably build something cool up there. Some houses and a massive wall around this whole thing. It's gonna be crazy. And so maybe we want to center slightly on that. Like, don't center here, but maybe use this bigger piece as the center. Because I'm probably gonna fill in some of this to make this thing I'm gonna make, so it's gonna be something like that. Broke your glasses, you're getting new ones? Nice. I have to go get my vision checked soon. It's not the best these days. The real question. Oh yeah. So what I need to do here. Doesn't really matter what block I use. But I really liked the granite. Come on now. Why does it do that? Granite? Granite. Yeah. Granite has a really nice look to it. And I definitely don't want this to be the stone. So the city will maybe have like all sorts of different stuff. Have you ever played Power World? No, I have not. So 3, 4? Too high maybe? That's pretty high. That's probably a good height. I'm gonna build like a central hub for this sort of thing. Just make a nice little... Or I won't. Well, I guess that's even taller than what I was thinking, so... Do I want this, like, on the ground or no? Interesting. Like, this is always the hardest part of these projects in this game specifically. Feels so final having to place these. It's pretty centered. I think I can live with it because we can adjust and like terraform all of this as well, so that's not the end of the world. You should. It probably considered. Could be considered. Yeah, I just wasn't a huge fan of the like style. Like, I have to enjoy the gameplay as well, and although I love Pokemon, I don't really have any interest getting into the whole Pal World Pals thing. Because the building isn't standout enough, I guess, compared to like Enshrouded. So that it's either like the gameplay has to be insane, or I have to really want to use the build systems and stuff. Remember the undo button. Could be using very different blocks for this, but I'm being stubborn. Because it's working. If I found the gameplay more interesting for Pal World and like visually, but it just wasn't quite there for me watching. I've definitely watched like Seeding Key has a bunch of videos on it and stuff, so I've definitely watched stuff on it. But not sure it's quite my thing. I'm actually building something in Enshrouded, guys. Look at that. It's possible. So we'll definitely have to terraform that a little bit. I need to... So top tip, always have a stone alt. Frickin' flame altar, because it's the only way to look at what you're doing. Like, there's no good way to check. Now, I know they're going to add a free cam and stuff, so that won't be forever. But there's no simple way to look at what you're trying to do. This is like the only way I've know how to do it, unless you're using the Builder's Companion mod. As the question, is this too big? It's like I want it to be, but I also don't know if I do. I mean, I could always shrink it, but the issue is I can't. I don't like the height of this. Then I have to move the whole flame altar. Which is always annoying. But I kind of like the idea of maybe having it raised up one. So realistically, that just means maybe we just move this all down one. Seems like the easiest solution. Yeah, I like this being just a little bit up. Why is this not removed? I'm definitely glad I built those little things that I worked on last stream. Definitely suggest giving that a try if you haven't. Hello, hello, welcome in. Come in, card. Hinatayuga? Maybe? Sorry if I butchered that. And welcome in, Backwoods. How's it going? Hope y'all are doing good. Welcome to the chill build vibes. We are kind of messing around with the Enshrouded building, starting our first mega build. Into what I'm assuming is probably going to be many, many mega builds in this game. Recommended an Enshrouded stream so I can learn the way of the Shroud? Well, we are also learning the way of the Shroud currently. That is the whole goal right now. Building and everything else as well. Is that right? This off one? Easy solution is the best solution. True, true. It goes back one, right? Oh, that is proud one. Oh. But you will only learn so much from me. I'm still a noob. We'll learn together. I think that looks right. Yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Portal 2. Oh, I freaking love Portal, dude. Such a good game. Okay, I haven't even bought the game yet. Cool, cool, cool. Wait, that's not right. Something's off. Oh, this goes too further, duh. Because the stairs. Oh, wrong button. No. What I undo? That. Too bad there's not a redo button. So far, though, very good game. I can attest to that. You are a person that likes building in any way, shape, or form. Very good. Honestly, I've barely even done that much building currently, but my thing is I mega build. I have to raid and run. I'm beat, but you're officially a Enshrouded expert I follow, so I'll be back another lesson. Sounds good. We stream right around 8 o'clock PST every Monday through Friday. And no worries. Thanks for coming and hanging out. And have a great rest of your night. But yeah, definitely best building game I've played out there. I don't think there's anything that really competes at the moment. I can't really think of any game that quite touches what Enshrouded's doing. At least as a mega builder. Further? Yeah. It's just too good. Like, This flooring is so good. Crazy. Oh, where did my... That's why. Thank you again for the raid. My notification thing got minimized, so I was like... Wasn't even paying attention that it was a raid. This thing. This will work. So the idea that I currently have going, yeah, let's see it. So it'll be sort of a central, I don't want to use the word gazebo, but some sort of cool little raised area. And that will kind of highlight this flame altar, because this is the one I'm going to teleport to. I have 2 more underneath this area as well, because we needed a lot of space. But then we will have a big sort of dwarven entrance type thing into this mountainside. Some stairway of some kind. I don't know if it's going to go up or around or what. A big castle. Thinking like a library of some sort. Maybe an armory, I'm not totally sure. I might do the armory underground as well. And then a big city in here with buildings for all the different NPCs that are in the game. Sort of like stylized and decorated for each one's specific abilities. Well, I think I'm committed to this now, so let's get it upgraded a little bit. Okay, naturally. That's the one I want. See, build actual stairs up. I'll just do it. Just build them up there. How nice is that? Okay, so I think we're pretty much covered with this one. Once it gets one thing bigger, that should cover all of this, but I'm still going to have to, like, rework these just a hair, because they don't... 160 will definitely get me to the edge, but I want to build a wall around this entire area, so I need... Oh, jeez. Bro. Come on. Fall damage. Why? Why are you a thing? Probably just need to turn it off because I just keep dying to it for no reason. And why do you spawn with no stamina? Just give me my stamina bar back. No one has patience for this. Good times. I think I did that 10 times last stream in the span of like 2 minutes. Where is my edge? No way this altar goes. I gotta stop sprinting. Regen. Where's the edge? Why is it not showing? Oh, that's why, because I'm an idiot. Cool, cool, cool. This might work, but I think I need to move this flame altar over just a hair. If it went out to here, I think I'd be happier. I don't know if I'm going to build all the way, but to have a perimeter wall around this entire, like, entire thing, I really, gotta optimize. I don't want to use too many flame altars, because I'd like to build a lot in this world. This build's going to take a long time, so I guess we'll see how that plan works out. Be a long-term mega build. Because, yeah, it'd be nice if this went out just a bit further, too. I also wanted to potentially build over to this other area, which just becomes ridiculous, and that's a lot of flame altars. Maybe they'll allow you to upgrade them one more eventually, but this does go like right to the edge. It's not bad, I guess. It's really weird why this one does that. At the corner of the two? Do I not have both of these upgraded all the way? Maybe that's it. This one goes perfect, actually, honestly. Maybe if I move this one just a bit over. I guess the annoying part there is that then I might have to fully upgrade it. I don't actually know. It takes a lot of materials, not that I am not cheating for them anyways. Well, not cheating, but I'm using a resource world. Oh, this one's not upgraded. That's perfect, actually. We just gotta get shroud cores. Actually, I place these perfect. I must be a genius. Is what I should have been saying the whole time. Why do I even question myself? I think I can close this up now then. Well, I gotta upgrade that one again, but I can always get rid of it, whatever. Should probably have some... Computer will load. Some ideas, some precedent images that I want to have open and available while I'm working on. So let me just get these open. And then we'll be ready to rock and roll. What else? Cool. I wish I knew the name of the other like thing I'm kind of basing this idea off of. Interesting. I have a lot of ideas for this build, for the styles and stuff, but got a lot to learn. What do you get shroud cores from? Killing the shroud roots? Or is that something I make? I can't remember. It's been a minute. Kind of a noob, so... I don't even remember. Dang it. Gotta move all these chests at some point as well. And we gotta figure out what, like, fence or something I can use to make a... like a hand railing. I've noticed that's a decently difficult task, so we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna have to go into my resource world and get some more materials. I didn't grab everything like I was planning to today. Can it be daytime? There you go. Forgot I had brought that over. I was just being lazy and not making another one. I love this granite. It looks so cool. How did I do that? Interesting. Go under it? No. Whatever, I guess. Didn't realize that was a skull with like a tongue. The details in this game are absolutely insane. What were you two doing? Hold up. What was just happening here? Y'all need to take a chill pill. Did that other guy just glitch into the ground? I swear there was another guy standing right there that had a quest. I don't even know where everyone else ended up. This dude was like, yo, I'm just gonna go chill up here. Like, why? Dude's crazy.
Sometimes dead is better.
Like, this dude's just laying in the ground. Why do I get a... Oh, I finished that quest. Duh. Genius over here. Where are all those quests? Hello? Do those eventually. I'm scared though. Whoa. So many quests. Could have gotten so many of these yesterday when if I would have just looked at them. I haven't even figured out quite how to get out there. Just crazy. Like, dude, this map. Look how much room there is that they can keep adding. Like, this is so much. Absolutely insane. What's the game plan, our concept for the mega build? We are essentially very similar concept to kind of what I've been doing in Grounded is anyways. So that makes it easy. Build a city. Just something that's a long-term, really big build that I can work on and have a lot of different buildings and styles and stuff, especially because this game has so many different possibilities. So we're working on the little flame altar thing currently, making this a cool little spot. And then we will build a big doorway, like mountain doorway, that goes into like my crafting and maybe an armory. I'm gonna build into this whole thing and go crazy in there. I'm just gonna show off all the different styles and stuff you can build. So some builds above, some builds below ground, like a city or a village all throughout here. Massive walls around the whole thing. And then there'll be a big castle. Yep. Big old castle here, taking up this whole area. Come here. Let me up. Okay, there we go. So the idea, the main sort of build is going to be a castle here. It's going to be really big. At least that's the plan. Bigger, better. And then, since this was built on the Mistaberry Catacombs, which is like a shroud kind of area, I'm going to have the idea is that the castle's floating above, like it's being ripped out of the ground. And that the shroud is what's like lifting it. So like since there was the crazy queen thing or whatever, like the evil is coming out of the catacombs, and like they built this super safe city, and then it's like being taken over by the shroud slowly, or like at least the castle is. I've just seen some really cool stuff with the shroud, and I'll do like, instead of waterfalls, it'll be more like shroud falls out of it and stuff. I have some interesting ideas, but we'll see how it all comes together. Just a start of an idea. And then some cool building over there as well, and maybe some builds like a tower up there. Lots of ideas, but we're gonna have to see how everything goes. Wish there was a mod that will just unlock the map so you can see everything. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, I said it last night. The fact that you can't scroll, like zoom out further than this is crazy. This is way too big of a map, and this is way too zoomed in. Like, it feels disorienting trying to scroll across this thing because it's so big. Like, you need to be able to see it all in one go. It would help me like orient myself on the map a lot better too, because like these names mean nothing to me at this point. definitely a lot of quality of life stuff that, I mean, a lot of this is stuff they've already talked about, so the map thing isn't, but like a free cam and those little things are they're on the way. But yeah, we have many ideas for what we're going to do in this whole thing. I'm excited about it. I think I need stone. I don't know if I even have any. Not one of the things I grabbed from the resource world. Rude. Gotta go find some stone. But this right here is one of the massive reasons I'm really loving this game, because I don't have time. When I started playing Grounded, I had nothing but time. My wife was pregnant. Like, she didn't want to go anywhere or do anything. So it was like no trouble just gaming 24/7. And so I really enjoyed the grind of Grounded and like collecting materials to make my builds like 100% survival. But this game has so much more depth to it, and like I don't have the time, unfortunately, to farm all day like I once did. I'd prefer to make content and stream the building process and just have fun with that. Which is what this resource world allows, which is really the key to a reason it's not creative, but you can just come get all of the different items in the game, which is really nice. Is this the oh, that's what I was looking for. I wanted foliage blocks. I forgot about those. Ooh. I don't have any of these either. These were some terrain materials that I had missed in my first go around. There's so many items in this world, it's really easy to miss things. I want some stone. Can I just have some stone? Or is that going to be like in a different area? A brick. Any shroud cores? I'll take some shroud cores as well. So what do you keep in magic chests and regular chests, and is there a difference? It essentially... There we go. That's what I wanted. If at all possible, you only should be using magic chests. They allow you to pull, very similar to what Grounded does with everything. You essentially can build. There it is. Didn't bring any of this over last time. I don't need that. Yeah, that's good. We can come get more later. They allow you, unfortunately, it's not like 100% of the time, but the magic chests allow you, if you've got the crafting stuff, so if you've got like all this stuff, if you have a magic chest, it'll let you pull materials like to craft very similarly to Grounded. The only thing is it doesn't work with like building. So you have to have the build materials in your inventory. So like all I have is these. So that's why I can only use those, which is a little unfortunate. I wish that that was just slightly different, but I think you can use like from, yeah, like I have access to all of the stuff. So essentially it just allows, the magic chests allow you to build from your chests. So it's nice, but I wish it covered everything. I wish you could move chests with items in them as well. That would be really nice. That'd be a big feature. But you do get a really big inventory, so it's honestly not like the end of the world. For the vast majority of players, I don't think that'll be an issue. Because realistically, like, this many of this blocks is more than 90% of the people building in this game will ever use. Like, I used 15... like 10,000. I used like 10,000 blocks, and I didn't use them very efficiently to build this. But like in the white block, this is about 10,000 of those. And that's built with, it's not one thick. It's like, actually, some of these are built, because I was lazy, are built with the big block. That's essentially this size, the terrain one. So I've wasted a lot of blocks, but the white luminous block here is about 10,000 blocks used. So most people will never use that many. So like the fact that you can fit this much stuff and it stacks to 5,000, like you could pretty much have every block in your inventory at a given time. But you have to hold the windows, you have to hold everything. So that part's finicky, I guess. I'm still getting used to it. Not totally sure how I feel about it, but it's really good. What's up, Scrubzilla? Welcome in. Hope you're having a good night. I'm definitely still trying to get used to the whole system in general. It's definitely interesting. I understand why they do it the way they do it. I was kind of like, why are the windows separate from this build system? But then it's like, it allows you to kind of break the game in many ways, being able to place the windows and all the decor blocks separately, so you can kind of like clip anything into anything, which is really interesting. Missed your last stream. What was the reasoning for having all those stairs? It's just like a building block showcase is what I was calling it. All it really is the same little detail. So the idea behind it is there's a set of stairs. There's a ceiling block. There's wall blocks. And then there's a little hand railing sort of thing. So it allows me to sort of see how each block interacts, because the voxels, because it's a voxel building system, the textures all connect totally differently. Like some of them have little details that you like wouldn't really notice until you place the block. And so it was a way for me to test a bunch of different build situations with each different material in the game. So it's so many of them because it's the same exact structure built with every single different block available to the game. So it's a showcase. So when I'm like, I don't know what block to use, it's like a way for me to run over and visualize like, okay, actually this block would look really cool there. Is sort of the idea behind it. Just gives me something to look at and figure out. But yeah. Oh no. I need to fill those holes. Dang it. I've done that multiple times now. Just fallen in here and died. I don't even think I need to do any of these. But I also upgraded them before they added this requirement, so. Yeah, it's super repetitive, but it was also on top of all of those reasons. It was a way for me to get a little more comfortable with the build system because it feels really clunky at first. I'm not hating it the more I use it, but it's a little tricky to get used to because it's really complicated for many good reasons. Like I understand why it's complicated, but it hurt my brain a little bit in the beginning. Just because I think Grounded's build system feels so intuitive to me, and that's partially because I have 3,000 hours in the game building mostly. So I'm very, very comfortable with all of the combat and everything in the game. So I guess I have to like take that with a grain of salt. Like, of course, Grounded feels more comfortable because I've played massive amounts of it. But I was struggling a bit with Enshrouded's mechanics. Like, this feels like it's already a wall. It's perfect. So close, dang it. Why's it got to do this weird... Can't it just be like a circle or something? We're so close. It'd be really nice to just have this right out about here. Dang. It's a bit of a bummer, but... If I have to use a 4th flame altar, I guess it's worth it. But we're looking pretty good. I can always adjust the terrain, which is also really nice. Yeah. Oh yeah, this one upgrades everything. I forgot about that. Guess I need to get digging. Gotta start hollowing this thing out. Can I use this block to hollow this out? See, again, I get why they did it, but I need a bigger block. I do love the ability to terraform in this game. I've been waiting so long for a game with good terraforming, like not as restrictive terraforming as many games have. So nice. And like if I don't like any of it, I just build it back. Oh. Dude, we're definitely having like stalagmites. I haven't seen anyone really do that. Like inside a base. That would be really cool. So weird how it lights up. I keep thinking I hit the outside. The undo button, incredible as well. So many great things about the build system in this game so far. I feel like I barely touched the surface too. It's got some clunky bits, but also got some really, really cool stuff going on for it. Definitely gonna have to think through the layout of this whole thing, but we'll see. I've seen a build where, I don't know how they did it, but with a boulder they were able to shape it into a horse. Yeah. It's because this is the small block you can use. So you can literally sculpt. I've seen dragons sculpted. Like, if you build on a big enough scale, you have complete customization. The horse is crazy, though. I have seen that horse. I was like, dude, what? But yeah. It's complete free form, like terraforming. It's pretty insane. So I plan on like maybe making statues of my own and all sorts of cool stuff as we go. Wherever the creativity takes me. And after we have some more time into the game, I think I'll be able to be a lot faster at it. It's definitely a little slow getting used to all the different mechanics and stuff, because it's a very unique build system because it's so in-depth. Just a lot to learn, a lot to going on. I'm pretty amazed at how just randomly clicking through this. I feel like this is a really realistic cave, like just for clicking randomly. Really interesting how it's just a really unique build system so far. Like one of my builder buddies, Luderav, I've already gotten him hooked. Because I helped set him up with the resource world for him because he needs creative. He doesn't like actually playing the game. He just wants to build stuff. So that's why he plays Grounded. And he played for a day and then started watching streams and now he's addicted. It was so good that he's actually putting Grounded down currently, which is, he said he wouldn't do for a really long time because he was really deep into this cool build. So when do I get like a light while I'm building? It's gonna be sick. Oh, there's just so much room I can build in. That's what I love. So I'm so excited about this like area, this of the map that I'm currently working in on this like crazy volcano looking mountain, whatever, is that there's just so many cool things to do. I just have so many ideas going through my head. It's like once we get the build system down, that we're gonna make some crazy stuff in this game. I can already tell. Figure out all the interesting ways. There's just a lot of interesting ways you can use different materials and decorations together, and like using the terrain and terraforming with different things to build like different types of stairways and just all sorts of really cool stuff. But I have like, I think what this is really, what's really interesting is I can build tunnels down into stuff. Like, it's gonna be so good. It's like I want things to be interconnected, but since the way I'm setting this up, I'll be able to build basements in every single house, which will be really nice for just storage or whatever. I'm going to be able to build all throughout underneath all of this hillside, like to do all these interesting ideas I've got for just the storage and lots of different things going on in my head right now. Could make a grounded character statue in Enshrouded. It'd be interesting. Get some torches. In here. Hello? Need to put some things away. Dang it. Trying to be a little organized. It's not working amazingly, but clear this out for all this. This stuff all needs to go back anyways. to a better spot. I don't even think I need dirt. I do need stone, though. Am I ever going to use a hammer? I don't think I will, but whatever. What are you guys doing here? Wait, Vay. Got a mess, dude. Literally crap everywhere. Just put random build materials like that in here. Food needs its own thing. I feel like this is a better one, honestly. Dang it. This is also random build materials. Guess that's all fine. That all works for me. Want those. I need potions. I'm not very good at fighting yet. Need to place all these anyways, realistically. So there's nothing wrong with having a food one. Actually cleared up a lot of room, so we can do that. Oh. I love that I'm going to be able to create movement stuff with this as well. So cool. So interesting. I'm going to keep saying it till it no longer feels interesting, but I don't think that's going to happen. Even need water. So something that is absolutely already needed in the game more than anything is they almost have it, but they really need to make a hot deposit system just like Grounded. That is like one of my favorite quality of life things in Grounded is that when you hit N or whatever you set up hot deposit to, any chest that has that item in it will automatically deposit all of the ones in your inventory into that specific chest. Which is so incredibly useful. Like, I can't even begin to say how convenient it is. And how every single game that uses a chest system of any kind needs to do that. Because it is painful doing this without it. They have it in the sense that if you push R, no, dang it. What is it? Shift R? Yeah. So if you press Shift R, but then you still have to know which chest, and it only shows the 3 top items. So like all it's telling you is what those 3 items are. So unless your chest has almost nothing in it, it's not very useful. And it would be a lot better to have a little checkbox down here that said hot deposit, like that hot deposit on or off, so you can make the chest take hot deposits or not, which was really nice because you could turn it off and then you don't have to worry about like your potions going into a chest every time on accident, or like your weapons and that random stuff. That's really nice, and then just having a specific hot button, and then it just deposits it into that chest, unless it's like full, of course. nothing you can do about that, but one of those things that I think overlooked by many. It's just too convenient. Especially with the just ridiculous, not in a bad way, but the ridiculous amount of items that are currently in this game and how many of them are used in every single different type of recipe. Like, I can't think of a single thing that's not really important. Like, there are no items that are bad. Everything is used for something in some way, shape, or form. You have to use something to build something else. Like, it's very complicated. And it would be, I think, a lot easier to navigate with a hot deposit system like that. I would be much happier with that. It would make my life a lot easier. I didn't know you could destroy this. Interesting. Can I rebuild all this? Oh, that's convenient. Interesting. You can just fill all the holes legit. That's nice. I think that will really allow me to... I really wanted to integrate this whole area into this build somehow, and I didn't know I could actually build in here as long as the... Of course, as long as my blocks reach each thing. I can make this actually part of my base, which is sick. That's actually really cool. I didn't know I was going to be able to mess with the pre-built stuff this much. But I guess since you can literally take over villages and stuff, I guess it makes sense. I don't know why I didn't think of it. Hello. So many things to learn about this game, but man, it's really interesting. Oh yeah. But like that whole thing was so I could place down some torches. Or in this case, braziers. Doesn't that just make sense? Those are phenomenal. I'm also very impressed by all the decoration stuff they have in this game. It's all good. Some of them are a little specific to like one material, but man. Really cool options. I think what's so cool is I've seen like sort of a Roman style build. I've seen like literally looks kind of like Rome. Like the Colosseum, so that's sandstony, lighter stone material, whatever it actually is. They're using the sandstone stuff, but then I've seen crazy castles, and then on top of that, like I've also seen like woodsy barns and stuff with like grass roofs and everything, and like it's the differentiation. Like everyone that likes building can find some specific material that they like. I think that was what like I think a lot of people struggled with that in Grounded because it only had so many good blocks. Like grass, a lot of people just auto-piloted to grass, and it looks horrible. So if you don't want to use grass, and weed stem doesn't really create a solid building, you pretty much had to use ash cement or mushrooms. So it was very limited. It was very good. I love the build system, but the materiality options, or the material options, are just not as abundant as they are in this, which I think allows for just so much creativity. I think is what's crazy. Like, if you don't like one style, you can build a treehouse, and it doesn't have to be a mushroom brick treehouse. Like, it can be a legit, like, wooden treehouse, as if you were making it out of that specific wood from that specific type of tree. And then they add a mountain biome, and they are like, here's a bunch of cool blocks that would look cool in the mountain biome. And so, like, you can tie things to specific areas of the map that you like. There's just a lot. So this all gets at least, yes, where I want it. 3 steps, maybe? I guess the issue there is then I have to cover all this, so I do go like that. Makes it the easiest. I have to make a bunch of alterations. That was my original idea, was to like put it 1 block over the stone. Not that it really matters, but I spent all that time placing the stone, so I don't really want to waste my time. But, I mean, that's building, I guess, so. Perfect. And I'll line up. So cool. I think what I'm really excited about is like I really liked tying in the build elements in Grounded to the pre-built world. So all the different things that the developers put in the game already, the different assets. That's why I like building on the pagoda and the sandbox, and I think that's why I fell in love with those spots specifically, is just because I like the world that the developers like create, and I want to like work around it. A lot of people just want to build whatever their vision is or whatever, and I like building around what the developers have created. I think that's always been really interesting to me. And so being able to terraform so much in this game, it's because it's like now I can use the massive mountain thing that they gave me with the catacomb underneath it to create and generate a story that I find interesting or compelling to design around. And then I also get to like terraform and adjust it so it actually like works with that vision too, which I think is really cool. And like you could kind of tie into the builds in Grounded, but there was always this sort of feeling, if it didn't, like, the game would get mad at you for certain things. Some things would build seamlessly and other things just didn't work at all. And so I think it's really cool to be able to like seamlessly tie in a perfectly like made rock wall like this is the perfect example. Like, it can get down to such a small detail of like, I just want this little bump out, or like can kind of like make this not as abrupt, and just like little changes like that, or make it so it is like perfect, and make these little changes and adjustments and just kind of toy with it so you get this hard edge of these square blocks, but you still get the free flowing natural stone look, which is really, I think, a very interesting aspect that the game does that not many others can do. You almost, you'd say Minecraft kind of does it, but at the same time, it's just not this sophisticated. This is the way I can put it. Like, it just feels natural in this game because it was done with that intent. Like, even Minecraft falls victim to just being squares. But this doesn't necessarily feel like just squares. It does depend a little bit on how you build your specific structures, but for the most part, it feels very natural. And if you tailor your builds around like how you want it to look, whether you care if it's supernatural or not, I think it's really interesting. Designers and builders will continue to go nuts for this game, I can tell. It's already pretty popular, but since it's still in early access, I think it's only going to get bigger at the end of the day. And then, like, you can come over and just do weird, fun details, I don't know. And I'll keep figuring it out and learn techniques and all sorts of stuff, so that also makes it fun. I have something that I can learn again. So I was definitely feeling, although I definitely want to finish my city, I'm definitely feeling the strain of running out of ideas here and there in Grounded. Because there is a limitation to like what you can and can't do. At times, I think that makes building in Grounded easier because you have these very specific set of blocks that you get to work with, which sort of forces you to be a bit more creative with how you use them, but it's a little less intimidating, I think, whereas the freedom in this game allows you to build exponentially more things, but also is a little daunting because options is also scary. Blocks just tie together so cool. To fix this a little bit, but I love the way the materials can come together so interestingly. They definitely need a way to like give you a torch or something while you're building. I wouldn't say no more Grounded. We're just taking we're taking a little bit of a creative break from Grounded. Because I was at a little bit of a burnout point where I was just, I'm a little stuck in the city layout again, which happens, but I also feel the need for the channel to continue to grow. I need to expand the games that I play. As much as I love Grounded and probably could play forever, my world is slowly dying, first off. Unfortunately, I have to say that my world just can't handle everything forever. I won't be able to just endlessly build. Unless I start new worlds, which I don't really have a huge desire to do. What I enjoy is like continuously building out this one world. So we're taking a little break this week. Is the idea currently, and then I think next week, depending on how I'm feeling about Enshrouded, we'll at least play a little bit of Grounded. I won't say that I will be playing every night of the week anymore, though. We'll just see how it goes. Ideally, I'd be playing 2 or 3 building games at any given time. Honestly. Those are pretty worthless for light. Good to know. They look cool, but they're pretty worthless. But I do plan on at least playing Ungrounded until the game till my world specifically dies. Till it won't let me build anymore. I definitely have a desire to at least finish my crazy city. I put so much effort into it, I can't just give up. So don't worry. But we will be playing other games. Building games, at least, for the foreseeable future. But I will be back. I'm also sort of interested in waiting till, if you're not a part of the Grounded Discord and you do enjoy Grounded, you should definitely be on that. Apex Predator has been putting together a mod that fixes a lot of annoying things, buffs a lot of things. It tweaks numbers, essentially. It doesn't add bugs or anything content-wise. It's not gonna change the game, but it makes a lot of unviable armor sets and damage issues with New Game Plus and all those things. It's sort of supposed to fix, or at least make them less annoying. Some of the specific damage numbers, so you don't just get one shot instantly on things. And he's been making, there's a huge list, so I can't even say half of it. But he's just making this mod, tweaking numbers and making it so I think a lot of community requests and things, people were like, this build got ruined. Can you fix this? This is really frustrating. Can you adjust the numbers? Or so many things feel really bad once you're past New Game Plus 4 and you're almost forced to use the clubs, the infused clubs, once you can get them. So it sort of allows some other things to become a bit more viable. He's adjusted some numbers on the staffs and stuff, I think. So they're more viable in the later game, New Game Plus stuff. A lot of just quality of life things, making everything enjoyable. Because I think there's a lot of people that were well, get to New Game Plus and good luck being a ranger. Good luck trying to do some of the things that you were able to have a lot of fun with early on in the game, and then the damage numbers get too ridiculous that you just had to stop using them. I was a huge staff person. I used it constantly, and then they nerfed the block on it. And so I think he might be looking at messing with that, bringing that back so you can perfect block again. So there's no delay on the block and stuff. There's a lot of little things, but I think it will bring a lot of viability back into some of the more interesting ways to play the game in combat. I don't think it's going to affect anything building-wise for the game, but I think it will be interesting. So I'm interested in testing that out once he's got it all done. I think he posted the first draft of it, and then I will be changing things every time he comes up with an idea. But I'm also nervous that I'd ruin my world doing a mod and like have an issue and then I can't go back. So there's also that. So hard to say. But if I get any inspiration, I will definitely be playing Grounded again. I just needed at least another week off. And I think this game, for the long-term viability of this channel, is going to be a better option than Grounded. Until they announce Grounded 2, then, you know, right back in it. But I still have to get some views for this to be viable for me to do on a regular basis. I enjoy doing it for fun, but I also like a little bit of extra income from just ad revenue and stuff that I get makes it all much more worth it. To be able to do it consistently with how much stuff I have going on in life. And because I really do hanging out with people and just building. I think being a channel of mini build games is going to be better for me in the long run. Like in a perfect world, if I had more time to stream, I would stream Grounded for 2 to 3 hours and then stream a different like building survival game the second half of stream for 2 to 3 hours. So I mean, we'll see where life goes. But if I'm able to do that at some point, that would be my ultimate goal. Because I want to have sort of like a staple game for the channel that I play all the time, but then I also want to bring in new people playing other games, because it's the only way I'm going to grow this community is by going out and getting new viewers, which means because it just makes the community more fun. It makes streams more fun for viewers and other people, like anyone watching. I can talk to myself for hours, so that part's not necessarily horrible, but it definitely allows me to continue to grow the community, find new builders, people building cool things, also those people that may come from a different game. Maybe there's people that haven't built in Grounded, and by playing Enshrouded, I find someone that like goes and plays Grounded for the first time, and vice versa, because like I want to show the builders that we have that play Grounded to like come test out Enshrouded, because I think they'd really have a good time learning and messing with it as well. So it's a multi-faceted thing, but many reasons, but I think honestly I just need a little bit of a break from Grounded. I definitely love building in it, but there's only so much you can play of a single video game. I always get a little bit of burnout. Why did that go out? Okay. Playing too much of any one game will give you a little bit of burnout, so I was expecting it. We had a good run there where I didn't really stumble for a while, which I was pretty surprised about. The ideas just kind of kept flowing, which isn't normally the case for a lot of people. And that's also something, as like someone who teaches and helps people get better at building, like that's a reality of being creative in any endeavor. That's why I stopped working at architecture firms, because I didn't like being forced to be creative every single day, day in and day out. It was exhausting. And you felt really crappy on days you just couldn't come up with stuff. And like I do that every day, like streaming, but I also get to stop and like go and take a break and play the game itself, which is what helps me continue my creative streaks. But when you're forced to be creative all day, every day, it's pretty exhausting. Definitely a slow process getting all this cleared out. Sure, I'm not doing it the most efficient way possible, but I wish there was like a drag and delete option or something. Write some of these ideas down. So eventually I want to get these on the suggestion board. They have a very similar suggestion board to how Grounded had, so if you get upvotes, they look at things more specifically. All right. Drag and life. There's some people doing certain things, but they're gonna add a free cam to the game, but someone made that earlier today, so I was able to go and upvote that because they absolutely need a free cam. No building game should not have photo mode built into it. I hope they make that a really big priority, because content creation in this game would be so much easier if I didn't have to have a mod to be able to take cool images. I'm not a fan of having to have a mod to be able to make my thumbnail so you can see my whole thing. You can sort of get away with it with the altar, but placing a flame altar, since it adjusts your view, but it's not good enough. That would have been one of the first things I added. I feel like every video game needs to be thinking about how people can create content around it. If it's an RPG, story thing, they're just playing the game, of course. But I think there's something to be said about games like this that are meant for, building and making tutorials. Those are all very common things that help expose this game to people. And without those tools, it's what content creator is going to want to do that if they have to download a mod just to be able to make a thumbnail that's not their character standing in the middle of the screen? And the mod works fine, but I'm not a very big fan of having to download outside stuff if I don't have to. It's just one of my nitpicky things. But this game's too good to not have it. I think it would help content creators make really beautiful things if they thought about how they can film in game a little bit more. I really wish you could, in any game, you'd be able to set up a third-person camera and just go nuts, filming from a third-person perspective without having to download some random thing. All right, last chance. Does it actually light? Okay, it kind of lights stuff up. It's not great, though. Better than nothing, I guess? It's a slow process building in this game, I'm noticing, though. Didn't think of that. Dang. I'm 100% going to want to build some stairs up to this. I don't know why I didn't think of that. This 100% needs a set of stairs going into it. I'm going to have to raise this. Because I can't lower this now. Well, I can, but I don't want to. It's not very hard to move this floor up one. Or just say, screw it, I have resources, I'll just build over it. I love being able to be lazy like that. Look at that. Sunroof. Yeah, this... So off stream, next stream, if I have some time tomorrow, I gotta move all of these chests. Which sucks. Because you can't just pick them up. So I have to move each one of these chests. I have to clear out my inventory and then move each one of them individually. That's a pain. I'm also making notes on everything that I think needs to be in this game. If you see me jot something down or look down and look like I'm writing down these suggestions so I can get them added to the suggestions page. Because they need to happen. What was I saying? Oh yeah, different block size. Be really nice to have a... Why does this keep dropping? Stop that. Annoying thing. Like I'd really like a 1x4 block, or even a 1x2 block. And if they got just this, but on its side, just some of those things added to like this first one, just a couple more options, I think would make this make it easier to build a lot faster in this game. Just some little blocks like that. I was also thinking it'd be interesting having, so like this would be a roof block essentially. Yeah. So it's just a little half triangle, or it's a little triangle, half a square, cut at a diagonal. So it creates a little slope. That would be really nice to have the same thing, but like turned on its side, so you could fill in blocks like this. But instead of doing that, you just cut this in half. Would allow you to do some like angled pieces, which might be really interesting. Would allow for some flexibility, similar to how you can build the terrain and it looks a little more natural and angled. I think that would be a really interesting little block to add. I'm not sure if coding wise that's easy, but would be an interesting one. Would allow you to almost build. You could build diagonally, and it would get rid of a little bit of the blockiness that the game, I mean, same with like Minecraft struggles with. It would allow you to remove a little bit of the blockiness, which I think would be nice if they could decode that, of course, which is easier said than done, as always. I mean, this wants like... I don't know why I didn't think about stairs. I did earlier, and I'm looking at images with stairs. I wasn't doing it. Wasn't paying enough attention. But yeah, raise this all up a couple blocks. Create a grand sort of entrance. It'll be very nice. I definitely want to see that. I think that will make this much more interesting. Press the wrong button. That's why I always keep my precedent images up and in my face. I always have something to look at. I love those little details too. Like, put like brazier, or put little lights and stuff on there or on top. There's just so many little things you can. I want this block as a terrain block. This isn't big enough. Or like I was saying, like you could click, like right click and shift and like drag and clear out a whole area. Man, freaking crazy. A lot of things this game needs are just like quality of life little additions that make just little things easier. Faster, at least. Or just one really big frickin' block, like... if I can hollow out things really fast. This is slow. And I tried using that triangular block because it's bigger, but it just creates more mess you have to clean up. Leaves a lot of little blocks randomly, but doesn't really speed it up too much. Probably gonna have to clean some of this up off stream too, because this is slow. Very, very slow. So I want a lot. I'm gonna need a lot of space in here. We're going to build a crafting area big enough to hold all of the chests, all of the people, and all of the different items that are needed. Like, all of these. At least, I don't know if I need all of them, but I want to be able to make anything. So, like, we're going to have a forge area, and we're going to have, like, crafting area, and... tanning area. Like, I guess each person might need their own space. It might get to that level. But I also just kind of want, like, chests around the edge and then all the items through the middle. I don't know. It's not necessarily as efficient of a way to do this as I normally did with grounded builds. So it's going to be interesting figuring out. Like, I haven't seen anyone really make a super efficient area. They have, like, chests. But I also don't know... I don't know what the range of these chests is. Is it, like, anywhere within the flame altar? Guess we could test. Let's test it. Let's be the one to figure it out. We can craft anything. We have pretty much all the random materials I could need, so. Yeah, like it doesn't reach from here. And this is in my build area, right? Yeah, this is in the build area, 100%. Guess it's close. Doesn't need to be this far, at least. Yeah, like I definitely have granite. Definitely have wood logs. Almost died. I keep forgetting to turn off the dang stuff. Fall damage? Words. Okay, so it's reaching from here. I don't have any, yeah. So it does reach from here. That's like the max. This will be good information for people. Or was I an idiot and that whole time it was working? Okay, so it's somewhere in between here. That was almost the same exact spot. Alright, so it's like right in here. Just a little bit. Okay, what is this? Okay. We're getting warmer. Derp. Okay. So close. Okay, it's definitely like slightly moving. 100%. Why does this feel like a moving target? Alright, call it there. That's a really far range. Okay, that's good to know. I don't need that workbench, so visually that's a good representation. So that means that it goes from... Where's my dirt? It's in one of these. Dirt! It goes from this top chest all the way over to here. Okay, that's a really, really long range. I didn't realize that. That's awesome. That's way better than I thought. That makes up for it not quite being like Grounded's, where you can build from the block, from the magic chests, like the actual building materials. It's just like crafting stuff. But that's pretty good. That pretty much means that I could put my chests in one centralized room, however I want, and then build all of these crafting rooms off of those. That also means, theoretically, I could build my crafting area and still access most of it from out in these buildings. Interesting. I think I'm going to build a place for each person. I'm going to, at that point, when we get to that point, I'm going to do all the big builds first, most likely. I probably won't build all the houses in the village first. Probably going straight to that castle, honestly, once we finish this crafting area. But each villager and NPC will get their own house in this city. And then there'll be more of a show, just like showing off all the items and making a house specifically made for them. And then, since you can have 2 instances of each one, I might build each character their own, or each NPC or villager their own place within this area. I'm not totally sure. We'll have to toy with that idea a bit. It's definitely, I mean, an interesting one. Might have to start drawing again, like physically drawing, to figure out some of these builds, because I have to be a little more creative than I typically was in Grounded. Like, I can't just get really good at the build system, because there's just more optionality. I have to take better notes, get more precedent images for this game compared to Grounded. Because Grounded, you design something the best you can to fit, like, based on, like, if I use an image that I really like, you kind of have to do the best you can do with the blocks you have. So it really limits certain things you can do. Now, I think I've proven that you can build a lot of crazy stuff, and I've seen a lot of crazy stuff. But this game's flexibility takes a little bit extra creativity to make a build this big and cohesive. I've seen a lot of people building like cities and stuff, but they're all just like there's a lot of replicated pieces, which I think is only natural in big cities, but I definitely want this to maybe feel more unique in each way. Like, I love that my grounded builds are sort of unique in each one and how they look and work. Dude, I knew someone was doing something weird. What are you doing up here? Okay, I'm gonna die. But definitely getting used to it will make a big difference, but I'm gonna have to do some serious designing for this one. I started very large. Very, very large scale for my first build as well. Now, when you break it up, each build isn't going to be massive, but the thing together is going to be massive. So hopefully I can move... I guess I don't even want to move these chests, though. That's the issue. Huh. I guess if I move these chests to a more convenient area that's out of my way, then I can build in here, bring in other chests from my resource world, and build this out exactly how I want, and then move all the items in. But I'm going to need... Like, this is just enough chests minus, like, I think these 5 or 6. Just these huge chests alone are only the build materials. Like, that is all this is covering is the building blocks. And then the terraforming or terrain materials. And one chest for some windows and stuff. And this isn't even close to all the decor items that I'm going to have. We have some other random garbage, but... all these things come together as we go. But, I mean, there are just so many items. It's kind of insane. I have to be really organized, too. I'm really organized and grounded, but this game takes a different level. It also took me a long time to get there, I guess, so... you don't have to be perfect right off the start. Food. That can go in there. Wait. I don't have this very well organized. These will be fine. Those are all fine in there. I don't really care. Not the end of the world. I never use that bow. There's no reason to have it out. I don't have any of the bow skills, so it doesn't really make any sense whatsoever to have it. This block back too. They accidentally placed out a bunch. So, gonna want to mess with many materials. So let's get some of the cool ones out. It's the fancy one. Really liked this block. There's some really cool blocks in this game. A lot, I mean, every one looks good in its own right. Well block was cool. City wall was decent. Shouldn't need any roof materials for a while. I feel like there's another block that I thought was really interesting. Only so many of these blocks are going to work for my specific builds that I have planned currently. There are many that are very good. Those are nice, but they don't really work for what I'm trying to do. This block's really nice for like an interior wood block. I like the dark color of it as well. Yes. Duh. Block's just too cool. I'm sure I'll find others that I like as well, but it's a good start. Need foliage. I can mess with that. I don't think I placed that block. There's definitely a handful of things that I've missed in my little showcase area. Like I finished stream yesterday and realized I forgot to place all the metal blocks. Now, not that I'm going to be using them in the sort of this scenario. Like I'm going to do this massive copper build, but I like seeing how they look in different situations. Many places can use like a metal wall. What are you using for? I don't know. Is that not what this is? Dang, that is what this is. Why is this picking up? Weird. I'm confused. That ain't the block. Silly goose. Well, I can probably place the foliage block. I know I didn't place that. Perfect. The only downside of this white block is it's near impossible to tell what you're doing. First person camera would be a... It's another one. Be able to build. I feel like first person, although I don't like building in first person, it is one of those things that if you don't have it, it sucks. Like, it's quite miserable not having it. Look at all that foliage. just 1 block high is all. This is where I like using like this. Perfect. Nice and flat now. Wow, it's 10 already. Where does the time go? Honestly, the Shroudwood's nice too. All of these are. I think that's the Tarred Wood. Shroudwood. Shroudwood would be really good for like a... You could make like the Black Pearl out of this thing. Wouldn't that be freaking sick? This is like exactly what the wood looks like in the movie. The palm wood is really nice. This block, what is this one? Refined stone, okay. I liked this for like the little detail just to add along the edge of different pieces. This is a great decrepit block. I don't remember what it is. Weathered. It's a good one. The well block is nice. The this is the highly polished stone, really nice looking. This is gonna make some really nice like patio spaces outside. I'm gonna mess with that a lot. The hard part is deciding like, do I want it to be like an old decrepit castle and go with some of these more old looking blocks, the stone ones? Do I want it to be a little more polished? I mean, you could go straight evil is crazy with this thing. The obsidian block, I think. Yeah. Obsidian block is crazy cool. This one's not amazing for everything, but it could be used to really cool details. It's just like single columns and stuff looks really good. I mean, even this thing looks really interesting. Like inset inside the walls, I think we'll use a lot of that. I really like the fancy stone. This is one of my favorite blocks so far. It's the way like adding a little thing onto it. Look, I made a vine. It's a little jank, but it's also like not bad. I know you can, I think you could place the farm soil as well, if I'm not mistaken. I think the farm soil makes something similar to this, but honestly, that's kind of cool. It's a little weird. You'd have to make it thick, but another really cool thing you can do. I just like this block that it's like wood and stone. So I think I'm going to make a lot of my houses out of this one. And like combinations of materials, of course, but that I really like. This shingled roof with the moss is really cool. You can also like this block's really nice. And this, the like slate roof as well. Very nice. Just so much. And then that's not even getting into like how you can connect all the crazy items and stuff as well. This is the timbered one. Looks really nice too. So much going on. I mean, even this is a really nice block. That would be great for castles. It's kind of deciding which block I want to use for the castle is the struggle. That's why I needed this visualization. I mean, this is really nice too. It definitely won't be one material. There'll be a lot going on. Okay. I also was going to do some stuff tonight, but I don't know. Like, what is this? Rascal Cat? Let's see. My buddy got our flight tickets for his bachelor party. Going to Nashville. next year. I'm coming for you, rascal kitty. Whatever you are. I need to keep progressing through this story. There's so much random stuff I need to learn about this game that I can't just build. I need to spend a little bit of time learning about the rest of it, getting better at combat, figuring out what weapons I like. I've just kind of have some random stuff currently. I know almost less than nothing. Come here, kitty. Is it downstairs? Let me guess. It's downstairs. Not downstairs. Why are these guys so angry? Well, I don't think this is Rascal Kitty. I have summoned the alchemist. What? All I had to do was get to that? What? Thought I did have the alchemist. Oh, I did, and then he unsummoned, of course. Derp. Oh no. Like... Can't survive, nerd. I thought I did summon him. That's really weird. I had all of those guys at one point. I guess I should maybe get these ones like directly around my base. Typical. At least summon them all back here. A couple of them are randomly all over the place. That everyone? Got him, got him. Is everybody happy? We all here now? Big one big happy family. Why do you get the bed? Huh? What makes you so special? I don't think I keep thinking it's a Scarecrow to have the bed. Or Creepy Skull Man. There's a hole. Bone Thistle. Get some of these quests done. I need to do a lot of cleanup to continue building currently, so... I don't need to, but I want to. And then I want to make pipe dreams here. This could happen inside of this area as well. It's big enough that it might. I might create really like the, I don't know if it's Vietnam, but the tiered farms are really cool. If you've never seen tiered farms, they are like gorgeous. So good looking. I think that would be a really cool little thing to do. Create some interesting little tiered gardens. These things have just a horrible taste. Just don't even like it. Why? Nice. I don't even think I've been in this yet. Maybe I have. I don't know. He ain't gonna be in Rush Hour 3. You asked for that. What am I even supposed to be doing here? What the heck? What am I trying to do? Music sheet. Yeah, like where's the music sheet? Where it's at? I don't want any of this junk. Upstairs? Downstairs? There a downstairs? Doesn't look like it. I'm lost. May he rest in peace now. I mean, that guy died on the pooper, man. Like, what a way to go. Let's find something useful here, please. GG, nerd. What is that noise? 1,000 fireflies, or 1,000 butterflies flying. Who left their fan on? I don't understand. You can find this one then. Where you going? You don't want up with me. Swear, one of these days, I'll find one of these quests. I don't know what day it will be. Is it downstairs? Is it missing? Location above. Okay. Who locks the toilet? Why is everyone dead on the toilets in here? What is this? What is this nasty place? That's your fault. You know, rats. There. Is that it? No. Up. How the heck? One doesn't just simply climb. There it is. Game is nuts, man. Wish they had a... Another villager, let's go. I feel like they need a... parachute, almost, option. I definitely feel like they need a bit of a parachute option. There's the memory I was on. I was just below it. Cool. Alright, we did it. I don't need the cat right now because I didn't get the bait. That gonna be easy to get to? I don't know. Probably not. Of course it's night now. Guess we can get back up to the top up here. Jump from here. Yeah, I guess a parachute. I don't really have a better word for it. Like, I like the glider, but it'd be nice to be able to, like, do something other than just glide at times. As great as it is, it does feel... That's a lot of wolves. No, you started this. How'd you nerds even get up here? In what universe is there wolves up here? I just saved their lives. They were gonna die up here either way, so... I'm really doing them a favor there. Is what you all just saw. That is definitely not a justification for murder. In any way, shape, or form. Definitely not. I would never. Ooh. Oh. I thought I was gonna be cooler than that. I didn't even take them. I don't want these, but I mean, I might as well, right? Dang pigs. Wizard's hat. I don't think I need that. Sure. Arrows. That it? We did it. Hooray. I swear I've done this as well. Huh. So much stuff to do here. Honestly, I still haven't even hardly, like, explored the Black Mire or whatever it is, the massive tree area. And there's so much in the new area. Like the frickin' dragon thing you have to fight? Like, what is that? All I've seen is the dead body. And it scares me. Good to get. Pain. Like, how do I not have some of these areas explored? We'll say, having that many flame altars in one area does kind of suck. Like, how else are you supposed to do these mega builds? I feel like they need to just increase the area you can build with one. Instead of just adding many more. Like, maybe I'm a little insane for building a build this build. There's not that many people doing that, but there's enough for a game that's made specifically to build that it seems worthwhile. Excuse you. This is my bed. Nerd. Yeah, when I sleep, it just becomes day. Now get back to work. You nerds. Your daughter's missing? What happened to her? I need to make a bunch of beds. That would be a smart thing to do. String. Oh. Who doesn't have plant fiber and string? Nerd. Dang it. Not good enough. I'll have to mess with the stair idea tomorrow a bit. But we really need to get, like, fully set up in this. Get some crafting and stuff to go. Make life a little easier. And, like, having all of the NPCs functional, even though I'm not necessarily using them to get all the materials. I still will need them for some things. Just some, though. I wonder if that counts as enclosed. Probably not. That wasn't quite what I was thinking. But that is interesting. Am I a bad master to these people if I just, like, force them to live in a cave? That make me a bad person? I don't know. Yeah. 10:30. Already. It was quick. I don't feel like I got all that much done, but I also feel like we're getting a good start. We're getting comfortable, we're getting things built. It's coming, things are coming together, at least, I would say. Don't expect to be very quick at building in this game for a little bit. It's going to take some time, but also I don't think building in this game is necessarily fast. You can take so long making little details by combining different materials and stuff. It's one of those, like, it's going to have a lot of options. just takes time to get used to, I think. It's going to be part of the game. Well, since it is 10:30 or just about 10:30 and chat's pretty quiet tonight, I think I'm going to call it here. Appreciate everyone hanging out. Hope you guys had a good night. It was fun chilling. I'm hoping that I can start streaming a little earlier here soon. My son's in a very difficult sleep phase right now, so he's making life a little more difficult when it comes to streaming on a consistent time basis every night. So my hope is to be closer to 7 and 7:30 most nights, but I would expect potentially closer to 8 the rest of the week, just for forecasting for everyone if people want to join the stream. But we will be back tomorrow night, and we will be continuing all of this work. I might hollow out some of this and work on some of this stuff off stream, just doing repetitive stuff, moving chests, getting this stuff set up so I can actually start building more efficiently. But I'll try not to do any like actual detailing and cool building stuff off stream at least. But it'd be nice to get some of the things out of the way and set up in a functional base that at least semi-functions for crafting purposes, because I'm going to need to build some things. I can't just swap in between this resource world constantly to get everything I want. It'll drive me nuts. But again, I appreciate everyone hanging out. Hope you all have a great rest of your night, and I will catch you tomorrow. Peace.